wasn't dying. Hi! We are here for another wedding planning powwow, and I am with my good friend Rachel. She is also getting married this October. In North Carolina. And she lives in New Jersey.
I do. I live right here.
So,
a mile from here.
Yep. So I thought it would be really cool to just kind of chat with her a little bit about what it's like planning a wedding from afar and all that kind of good stuff. So, yeah, cool. So, Rachel, if you want to share a little bit to start, just like about you and your wedding and Alex and all the good stuff.
Sure. So, I'm going to be a little distracted because there's a dog licking my hand.
Yeah, Lily's really excited to see Rachel, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's excited about everything. All of the people. Now she's excited about mine.
Oh,
okay. So, Alex and I have been together for many years. Oh my god. Shh. There, okay. You can snuggle up there. Yeah, we've been together since 2012. We met in 2012 in North Carolina, in Durham, which is where both of our families live, and lots of our friends. And then I left for a year and a half, and we did long distance for part of that, and then we took a break for part of that, and then I came back and we got back together, and then a couple of months after we got back together, I moved up here for what I thought was a 6-month internship, but which turned into a job, and I'm still here, and it's been 4.5 years. So, fortunately, we lasted all of that time. He moved up in March of 2017, finally, and we actually got to see what our relationship looked like in the same state, and the same city, and the same apartment. And that went really well for about a year. And so then we got engaged, and then we actually did a courthouse wedding in North Carolina last summer on the weekend of my dad's 60th birthday, which was really cool. But we still, I still very much want to have a big wedding party and wear the big dress and dance and eat cake.
Hi, Brett.
So we're gonna do that in October, on October 20th, 2019, and so that's that story. So I've been planning it mostly from up here.
So I mean, I guess other than obvious reasons with family being there, but what made you guys decide to get married in North Carolina?
I mean, that's the main reason.
Just family.
Our families. I like Southern weddings a little bit, a lot. I don't know. I just always envisioned us getting married down there, and I know a lot of. I worked in the wedding industry briefly before moving here, and I know a lot of photographers down there. And although I ended up not, they're. You know how sometimes you don't want to hire your friends, you want them to be guests at your wedding, so they're not working at your wedding. So I ended up hiring a different photographer that I had never met before, but who's awesome. Rebecca Burt Photography, go look her up. She's great. But anyway, I just was familiar with the scene there, and I knew that it's mostly family though, honestly, and just that.
I mean, I feel like that's helpful too, just because it's not a completely new destination or something. It's not, you know the area.
It's not foreign. It's not a destination wedding.
Yeah.
But the planning is
happening
far away. And it helps that it's not a destination because my mom is there and my sister's there and my dad's there. My dad's not doing anything. But my dress, for example, has arrived at the store, Carolina Bridal, where I ordered it from. And I can't go get it because it's in Burlington, North Carolina. So... my mom or my sister will go pick it up. So that, delegation is key.
Yes.
I also have a wedding planner. That is also key.
What would you say,
very helpful anyway.
What are some of the things that, you can do in New Jersey and stuff, you need to go to North Carolina to do?
There's actually a lot that I've been able to do from here. certain, like, I prefer to meet vendors in person if I can. So I did one of the greatest things that we did with the wedding planner. She's primarily like the contract is actually like just a day of contract, but we added on like a couple of a la carte items, and one of them was for her to help us plan like a jam-packed vendor meeting weekend, which we did in March, like the end of March. So we just planned kind of a long weekend down there, and Chelsea set up, like, we had 3 catering tastings, we had 3 cake tastings. Those were my favorite. It's great if you can do like a catering tasting and a cake tasting for lunch and then for dinner. Didn't always work out like that, but we had a lot of great food and cake. And then we had a florist meeting, and I met a DJ. I ended up hiring a different DJ, although he was great, but we found like a friend of a friend kind of situation for that. But anyway, a lot of stuff is very doable online. A lot of like design decisions and a lot of phone calls and emails, and again, just delegating.
Yeah. What kinds of things, like is there anything besides like setting up the massive meeting weekend that like your planner has kind of helped with? Or is that really just
mostly just advising? I'm not. I haven't added anything else onto our contract as of yet. But she's very quick to answer questions and has lots of great advice and recommendations. Like, probably not going to go with the florist that we had the meeting with. She was great, but like wasn't quite in my style. So she recommended another florist, and still sussing that out. Honestly, I go through phases of like, I'm getting all of the wedding things done for like a couple of weeks, and then I like won't do anything for 3 weeks. So
yeah, I feel like it's like patches of
which is fine if it's like far out enough. And at this point, I feel like I've got enough done that not that I can like not do anything else. Still have to send out, like, design and send out invitations, for example, which is an easy thing to do from anywhere.
Also true.
Yeah.
So what kinds of things have you already like locked in?
So I went, like I said, I got my dress. So I actually went shopping in 2 places. I went with my mom and sister in North Carolina at Carolina Bridal. Found a dress that I loved, but I also wanted to like look elsewhere just in case. And my best friend was up visiting me up here, and we went to Beholden, found some beautiful options there, but ended up deciding, falling in love with, and being affirmed that was the right choice at Carolina Bridal. So did that there. Wait, what was the question? What are the things that are done?
Yes.
Things that are done. Dress done.
I don't even know.
Dress done. Bridesmaids dresses are like in process. We're doing like a mix and match thing. They're all going to be like floor length, jewel tones, with some kind of a lace element.
Ooh,
so
fun.
I think one person has hers, and Emily, I think my maid of honor might have settled on hers, but she's going to do some alterations, so we'll see. And groomsmen have their suits. We have our coordinator, we have our DJ, we have our photographer. We did our engagement photos.
Yes,
on another
was
like
that?
it was really fun. I actually need to share them. I'm like really mad at myself for not sharing them.
Dying to see that.
I will post them tonight when I get home. Yes. I promise. I love them. They're really great. Even though we had terrible weather, which was super annoying. No. We were gonna do them outside in Richmond, like at golden hour, and it just dumped rain on us the whole time.
What did you guys end up doing?
So she found this like Main Street station in Richmond. It's this big, beautiful train station, and it kind of looks like it reminded me a little bit of King's Cross Station from Harry Potter, which like I love Harry Potter, so that made me feel better. It had like these big giant windows everywhere and like vaulted ceilings, and it was pretty cool. It even had like a balcony, so we had like a semi-outdoor moment. And she turned on some salsa music,
Yeah.
Which really surprised Alex. I thought she might do that, but she did.
Sorry, my battery's low. Time out. I have a charger.
I'll chat and entertain for a minute. Who else here anyway? I can't see because it's... Oh, hi Emily, yay! That's my maid of honor. She is watching. And then most of these are Jen's friends, yay! I don't know all of you, but I'm sure you're great. Yeah. Anyway, so engagement photos were really fun. It was kind of a weird thing because she's in Virginia, actually. So we did a drive down trip and we stopped in Virginia and stayed with a friend of mine and did our photos the next day and then drove the rest of the way down to North Carolina and visited with family. So it was it's just coordinating and finding out where things fit and trying to have maximize efficiency in all of our trips down there. So every time we were talking about going, I'm thinking about what things do I need to do in person that I can take care of, or what things would I like to do in person. Just a lot of meetings, honestly. Next trip down, I would like to maybe meet with another florist. Although I think that's probably something I could also do online. Actually though, I've been talking to a good friend who has done some wedding flowers before, and I might just have her help me with that. That would be great. And that's a great way of cutting costs too, if people have skills in your life and are willing to help out with them. Yeah. So I just rambled for a minute while you did that. Hi again.
Hi. Sorry.
I need more direction.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. So, what would you say so far has been the easiest part, and what has been the most challenging part of planning your wedding, either generally or due to the fact that it's in another state?
Okay. Well, definitely the hardest part, I think, is there are two things. First is staying in a budget. That's always hard. So I have expansive taste. And there are things that I just really want. So just figuring out what I can sacrifice, what can I do without, and what can I splurge on. That's an ongoing challenge. And the other hard thing is probably guest list, because it's that whole domino effect where I'd like to invite this person, but then if I invite this person, then I have to invite this person and that person and 4 more people. And yeah,
that's hard.
So that gets tough. It's also tough when people assume they're invited and you weren't planning on inviting them. I've yet to figure out what to say when that happens.
Oh my gosh.
So that's fun.
Yikes. Yeah, I feel like that.
Has that happened to you yet?
Okay, it happened to me one time, and I don't know how to handle that either. So I'm like, yeah,
just smiling.
I was like, oh my gosh, what? I don't know. I just it takes you off guard because I just have never expected that at all. No. It's oh.
I know.
Ryan, on the other hand, he's like no.
Does he? If someone assumes they're invited, he's like, sorry, dude, you can't come.
Yeah. He's good about
the only thing that I can think to say is we're trying to keep it small.
True. Yeah.
So don't be offended.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the thing. But easiest thing,
yes.
Or most fun thing?
Yeah.
I really enjoy design a lot. So, okay, photography was obviously really fun. Because I just, and not as hard as I thought to make a choice. I just found someone and I was like, oh my god, yes. I mean, one of the things was that she had a thing about Harry Potter on her profile. So, after I saw her pictures and fell in love with her portfolio, then I was like, oh my god, and you love Harry Potter, we're gonna be friends. And we are, so that's cool. But then I've really enjoyed the design thing, going into the the rental company warehouse, which I didn't know was a thing you got to do, and I don't know if that's a thing everybody always does, but that was super fun.
So you just see all the stuff they
yes.
have?
It was super fun and super hard because I wanted everything.
That's cool.
Yeah. So we're gonna have like a little sitting area. So I was picking out like furniture and rugs, and it was like
my
decorating an apartment that I could never afford to have, but it's all rental, so it's easy to do.
It's so fun.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed that a lot. And then we went to 2 different rental companies. One that was like they'll have more basic stuff, so we're getting like dishes and stuff from them. Although I found like a really cool like black. I'm gonna nerd out about design. I got this like black plate with a gold rim and then gold cutlery.
Ooh.
And then like a teal napkin. It's gonna look amazing.
Oh my gosh.
So excited.
I'm not gonna be photographing it.
But you can
I'm
take
just gonna be
pictures
soaking
with your
it
phone.
in, and I will be
Yeah.
taking lots of pictures.
Details.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Yeah, I love the details a lot. Even though like people say they're not the most important things, and I know they're not, but they're really fun. They make it pretty. They create an ambiance.
Yes,
So.
agreed.
Then we also went to like a specialty rental company for some more unique special items.
Ooh.
So, yay.
That's awesome.
We're gonna get these colored goblets from them. I know, I'm so excited.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I didn't even think about like all of that kind of stuff.
I had never thought about that, and I probably wouldn't have if I didn't have a wedding coordinator. And she like asked me what rental companies that I was interested in, and I was like, I don't know.
Great question.
What rental companies are out there? So I looked at some and I got really excited. Sorry, I put something in my eye.
That's okay.
Mm.
Also, this is like backtracking a little bit, but just curious, like if you've already done this or if you are going to, like as far as alterations for your dress, like
Yeah.
so do you have to go
I will
to
probably
North
have to.
Carolina?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's the thing that, like, if you're planning your wedding from afar, totally up to you. I decided that I don't want to have to travel with my dress. It's a little poofier than I thought it would be, but I like it. I mean, if there's not any day of your life where you're going to wear a poofy, like, kind of princessy dress, it's going to be your wedding day.
That's true.
Unless you're actually a princess.
Then it's just a Tuesday.
Yes. So, excuse me. So that's why I didn't have it delivered here. It's going to live in North Carolina. And just next time I'm down there, which will be sometime this summer, I will make an appointment and go get fitted. Yeah. But you can totally just have it shipped to you kind of wherever. One of the really cool things about Beholden, even though I didn't buy from there, it was like they have you can get a dress from them in like a week.
Really?
Yeah. My
Really?
dress took months. Like I ordered it in January. They actually told me it was going to be in like early to mid-June, but I got the phone call like literally yesterday. So it's exciting. But I still don't know why some of them take so long.
I know, it's like, it's so crazy because just like general mindset, I'm also a procrastinator when it comes to shopping for things, like our engagement session's coming up in a little less than a month, and I keep like putting it off, and then I always order 15 things on rush shipping and then return them all.
I did that.
But like you can't quite do that with your wedding dress.
No.
And it's like things take a while.
Well, not from everywhere. It depends on where you get it from.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've got a lot of time.
Yeah.
So you're fine. But like if you're getting married in 3 months, then maybe just like be aware of where you're shopping.
Yeah.
And there's some places too where you can get them right off the rack. Like you can walk home with it that day. Or if you just happen to be like the sample size, then you also might get a discount if you take the sample dress. I'm not a sample size, so that's not a thing for me. But yeah, thing to consider. I don't think you'll procrastinate that much. You've got a long lead time. You'll be fine.
Gonna go dress shopping in August. Megan's
really?
coming out. Yeah.
Oh, that's
She's
exciting.
gonna come out for like a weekend, so I'm gonna like plan all the places we want to go to.
Do you know of any that you want to go to?
Yes.
Where do you want to
So
go?
I definitely want to go to Beholden. I just feel like
Yeah.
you gotta go.
You gotta go.
I mean, I love it.
Yeah.
There's this other store, and I continuously forget the name. It begins with a B, but it's in New Jersey, and it's like a bridal salon, not too far from here, and they carry this particular line of dresses that I really like. It's
Ooh, what's
like
the line?
Wilderly Bride. It's like one of the Allure bridals.
Yeah. And
all of them are very like bohemian.
Oh, those are
flowy
my
goodness.
favorite.
So So that's like what I really kind of am envisioning. So I love those, and that's like one of the few places that actually carries it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that would be difficult either. I was like, oh, nope.
Yeah, that's a weird thing about shopping for wedding dresses. It's like
very weird. It's not just like, oh, everyone has anything. It's like
no
particular.
That was a thing that I actually really appreciated about Carolina Bridal, was that it wasn't like a little boutique that was like super curated. They had a lot of options. They have pretty much any style you could possibly want. It was also like a blend between like you can go look at the racks yourself and pull what you want, and you have someone helping you. The only thing that was missing was champagne. Could use some champagne, but it's fine, not bad. But yeah, I liked going to a bigger place and not one of those like teeny tiny, super fancy boutiques. And they also took walk-ins. I didn't have to make an appointment.
That's nice. Yeah, I feel like I make a billion appointments, but
it's good to make appointments. It's planning's good.
And then there's also Grace Loves Lace. I think they have one in New York, and they've got similar like kind of boho
nice
things. But
that's fun. Those are really fun.
So those
I
are
love boho dresses.
places in mind as of now, but there's like a million. So
yeah, but you can't go to a million.
I know.
I think 3 places is solid.
Pretty solid.
I think it's very solid. I only did 2. I mean, I would have done more if I hadn't found anything. But I think the fact that I went to a place that had a ton of options made it pretty easy to find what I wanted.
I'm not sure how much is like at this B place that I can't remember the name. Like I don't know like how much stuff they have. So it's like,
and their price ranges.
Yeah,
that's a good thing to find out. Like if you have a budget, find out if there's a store you're interested in going. If you know find out if they have anything that's going to be in your budget. Because if not, it's going to be a real heartbreaker to go and find something that's amazing that you just cannot afford. Like that's brutal. Yeah. But they'll help you with that too. Like in the store, they'll ask you your budget. They're like, what's the maximum you'll spend, and you'll tell them. They'll still probably show you things that are like a couple $100 beyond that. Yeah. And honestly, I will probably spend a little bit more than my actual budget on my dress with the alterations. Yeah. Because it was right around the max of what I wanted to spend, and then I'm sure alterations are gonna take it.
Does Carolina Bridal do the alterations?
No, they have. I think they just had they have a couple of recommended people to go to, and they have some people that are more in the Raleigh-Durham area, which is where my family lives. So, and Raleigh's the capital of North Carolina. For those of you who do not know, it's where a lot of people live. Anyway.
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think what other questions I have for you.
Well, I have them on my phone because you texted them to me earlier.
Let's see.
What have you done? What have you not done? Still working on favorite part of planning, hardest part, necessary to do local, can be done by far. Really, I really think the main things that are important to do local are obviously tasting. Any tastings. You really don't want to buy food blind. Although you probably also could.
Probably.
Because, it's with having a planner, then, all of the catering companies we went to almost were her recommendations. Except for one, because my mom, knows people there. But still, you want to, know what you're going to get. You have to, put together your menu. And there were definitely some things that we tried that we thought we were really going to want on our menu that we don't. Or that something else was just surprisingly better, so we opted for that. I can't remember what our menu is, but it's gonna be delicious.
Oh my gosh. How does that work, with the, do they have, you can pick one of these 3 things for this? How does that work?
Well, it depends on, again, your budget, time of day, blah, blah, blah. And seasons, sometimes even some places have, here's our summer dinners, and here's our, fall brunches, because some people do, brunch weddings.
True.
So that's cool. Also, I think cheaper. But I'm not a morning person. I think about having a morning wedding and how early you would have to get up to get ready. And I'm like,
no,
absolutely not. Why?
No way.
No. Alex was like, yeah, we could have pancakes. And I was like, You wouldn't have to get up at 4 in the morning to have your hair done. No. Yeah. So, wait, what was the question? The catering options. Right?
Yeah, how does that all work?
So, like the tastings? Picking the menu. Okay, so generally, they'll give you, like, their entire menu. Like, here's everything you can have. And then, like, different combinations of, like, what they offer. So, like, you could have like 2 meats and like 3 sides and a salad and some rolls, and you can opt in or out of desserts. I think we're not doing desserts because we're doing cake. Big, beautiful. Oh my god, I'm so excited about the cake.
Oh my gosh.
So I love cake.
Yes.
But I found someone who does buttercream like flower cakes. I show this to you, right? No? Mm-hmm. Okay, 10 bloom cakes. Go. I mean, don't leave the live because we're talking to you. But after 10 bloom cakes, she uses a palette knife with buttercream. Like, she doesn't make little fondant blooms. No, she uses a palette knife, and they're really good. They taste at least as good as they.
I'm like not into fondant.
Me either.
So that sounds delicious.
Yeah.
What flavors are you toast?
Okay, so here's a fun secret. Not a secret, but a fun tip. If you get like all cake, each tier can be a different flavor. So we're getting all the flavors. Well, we're getting 2 flavors. We're getting, what did I say? Hang on, I have this in my email. Let me see if I can find it. Obviously something chocolate, because you haven't met me. My name's Rachel and I love chocolate. It's almost a problem. What did I get?
I feel like
I had a really
cake
hard time
tasting
deciding.
is like one of the things I'm most excited about.
Yeah, it's
I feel
the
like
best.
It's so fun.
It is the best. Why are these all PayPal? I paid her once. Here we go. Yes, okay. Here's what we're getting. She also sent us home with a tasting box. Like, we had a tasting box from when we met her that had, it came in, like, it had all of the, like, cake flavors to try and different fillings and toppings in little cups, and you could do, like, different combinations of them. So there's one to, like, sit there and try with her, and she can make recommendations and talk you through, like, different things. Like, she makes a strawberry puree filling that, I remember. One of the things we're getting, I don't have to remember because it's right here. The top tier is going to be a champagne cake with strawberry filling and elderflower icing. It's like champagne and strawberries in cake form.
That sounds insane.
It is. It's incredible. And then the bottom tier, which is the big fat tier, for the big fat chocolate part, is chocolate cake with vanilla on the inside and chocolate on the outside. So it'll be like black and white.
So the big question is, like, can I have 2 pieces of cake?
That's actually a really good question. Maybe not. But we're having s'mores.
Okay.
So.
Well, Ryan and I will just have to divide and conquer.
Somebody's hungry. I know, I'm hungry now too.
My stomach is actually growling.
I'm looking up her cakes right now.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing.
I found her on Instagram before she launched a business.
Really?
Like, well, this business, her cake business, and it just said, like, taking orders soon, and I was like, take my order now!
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, that was aggressive. Let me find.
Wow.
I can't pick one. Oh, she does more than flowers now. Now she can do
what?
A freaking peacock. That's in buttercream, people.
That's insane.
That is a buttercream peacock.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this.
Yeah, I was just stalking her Instagram for a long time. I love this one.
Oh, that is like literally unreal. Like, what?
They're like 3D.
I've never seen anything like that. That's really beautiful.
I'm so excited. I'm so very.
So
I need to stop
cool.
looking at this.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So you just like happened to stumble on her?
Found her on Instagram.
Searching.
No, I don't. I wasn't searching, but I'm not sure how she came up in my feed. It was a little creepy because I must have searched something. Yeah. I don't know. I must have been searching for wedding cakes, but I'd never seen that before.
That's
and then I wasn't even. And then she was in North Carolina, which was just.
Oh, that was just like. By chance.
Just by chance.
Not like North Carolina.
I'm sure somebody shared it or mentioned her and I clicked on it.
That is so cool.
I really don't remember, but I saw it and I was immediately like, needs to happen. Needs to happen. So I totally fangirled, and she was a little like, whoa. She was like, this is great, but weird. I was like, sorry.
Those are so beautiful. I really haven't seen like
I hadn't either.
anything. It's like looks like a piece of art. That's beautiful.
Can't wait.
Oh my gosh. And elderflower.
Yes, elderflower icing. So the cake itself, like the spongy cake, is champagne flavored, and then there's strawberry filling, which she makes herself. She doesn't go buy it; she makes it. So that makes it a little more expensive.
Yeah.
But Alex loves strawberry, so I wanted to incorporate. I just needed it to have chocolate in it.
Yeah.
But he doesn't really care about the cake, so he doesn't really care. But I care about him.
Yeah.
So
that's nice.
He can have some strawberry flavored stuff.
Yeah. I think that's fun to pick 2 flavors anyway, because like especially if you get to like take some home and like save it and so like
yes,
why not like
I know
like there's a lot of cake there, you might as well like
get
something.
Oh, so you were saying like, can I have 2 pieces of cake? Maybe. I think they do build in. I think we're building in like a little bit of extra, but like something that a lot of people do also will just in case they'll have like a small cutting cake and hi Brenda, we love you too.
Brenda,
hi.
Oh my gosh.
You're moving to Charlotte. Okay, but there will be lots of customers in Charlotte. Don't worry. One thing about the South is that everybody gets married because it's the Bible Belt. They get married young, and there's lots of them. In my senior year in college, everybody was suddenly engaged. Anyone who had been dating for like a good chunk of college got engaged in like around the holiday time, senior year, and then they were all getting married like summer, fall, later that year. It was nuts. So there's like, anyway, you'll be fine.
Yeah, moving a business is definitely hard, but like
there's a market.
Tuesdays Together. If you don't know about Rising Tide Tuesdays Together, you should look them up and find a local group. It's just like creative entrepreneurs to help each other out. So.
Yeah, you'll be fine. It'll be great. They're there. Definitely. They are there, not like they're there. But also they're there. It'll be okay. Where were we? Cake. We talked about cake a lot.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we did.
Which is,
I was really excited about the cake.
Me too. Oh, but with the catering tastings, you'll see like their entire menu. Mm-hmm. You'll see like, okay, for our tasting, we can pick this many like entrees and this many sides, which I think they usually let you pick as much or more than you're actually going to pick for your menu, depending on where you go. And like desserts if you want them, and appetizers or hors d'oeuvres. And some caterers charge a tasting fee, but that if you choose them, that will go towards your bill, your main invoice. Like the one we only had one caterer that charged a tasting fee, and we didn't hire them, so they billed us after the fact. It's not like up front or before you leave that day. It's like if you don't hire them. But not everybody does that. So yeah, you like taste a bunch of like little. Sometimes they're like sample sizes, and sometimes they just make full on meals for you, and then then you can take it home and keep eating. We had a lot of barbecue because we thought we were going to do a barbecue style stuff, and then we're not, because the one different thing we tried was like that was like a courtesy thing almost, ended up being like our favorite.
Really?
Yeah. Because we thought barbecue in North Carolina, like we figured that was going to be cheap, and like probably the most affordable and most delicious thing that pretty much everybody would love. And we did try some pretty great barbecue, but then we ended up, I really wish I could remember all of our menu options. We ended up going with another place that just has some other food that I'm really not remembering right now, because we did this like 2 months ago. Leave me alone. It's fine.
Oh
Canon Catering. I know that now. And we're getting some food. Oh, okay. So for hors d'oeuvres, this is like so much stuff that I never thought I would order, but it was just really good at the tasting. So we're getting. And they also, this place was really great too because they brought out some things that we didn't even ask for that they thought we might like, and that was effective.
Yes.
So we're getting some glazed cocktail meatballs and garden herb cheese stuffed mushroom caps. The mushroom caps are ridiculous. And some little buttermilk biscuits with Virginia ham because we're Southern. Hello. This is like less Southern than I thought it was going to be because we're not doing barbecue. There's going to be like a little strawberry salad with poppy seed dressing, yum. Some shrimp scampi pasta primavera, and we are having some bourbon barbecue chicken. So there will be some barbecue, but you don't have to have barbecue.
Yeah.
And garlic mashed potatoes and whole. I'm just reading your whole menu now.
I'm really into it.
Okay.
I'm so hungry.
Garlic mashed potatoes and whole green. The way this is broken up is weird.
Yeah.
It's like a little column, and anyway, you don't need to know that. Whole green beans. Why does it say green beans twice? I don't know. Sweet tea. Also, hello, we're from the South. And unsweetened tea for all of our northern guests who are weird and don't drink sugary things. It's fine. I'm doing keto, so I'm drinking less sugary things. No sugary things. Tea, lemonade, orange spa water. I don't remember ordering that. I guess that just comes with it. Spa water. They include a coffee service. Nice. Oh, this was super helpful. Okay. So Alex has a lot of restaurant contacts in the Raleigh-Durham area, and like via that can get alcohol wholesale from the distributor. So we're saving money that way, but we still have to have a licensed bartender. Catering service will provide the bartender. This was the only one that would do that. That was a big thing because that was going to be like another few $100 to pay like an hourly rate for like 1 or 2 bartenders. It's just included in their stuff. Ryan's mad about sports. I don't know if y'all heard that, but he's mad.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Well, I didn't even, and it's funny too because like just not knowing things, I would think like, oh yeah, like alcohol is included in catering things. Not necessarily, but like it works out well with like Alex having like good connections.
I think we could have got alcohol for them. I don't remember, but we had already decided to just do wholesale because we can have more that way. So it's an open bar for everybody. You're welcome. Probably we haven't decided if we're just gonna do beer and wine, but somebody says LOL Ryan.
Shut the door.
He gets mad enough, it won't matter. Is he watching?
I have no idea.
Is it football? Is it football season? It's not. Sorry, anyway.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, that's something to, I think, I don't know, because like for us, our like food is included by the venue.
In your venue. That's nice.
So that was like something we don't have to like look for.
But you still have to pick the menu.
But we still have to pick the menu.
Yes.
Which I'm really excited to do that.
That's
I'm
the best part.
I want to like
do the cake
now. Yeah, they do the cake also, which is nice because they have like in-house chef and everything. Which
sorry, just hitting myself in the face. I'm listening.
So it's all done there, but they don't supply the alcohol, so we have to do that separate also.
Do they bartend?
That's what I can't remember. I feel like they might supply the bartenders. I feel like they do. I think it was just a matter of like, I think they said if we had 150 guests or more, we're going to need 2, but if we have less than 150, then there's just the one.
I might have 2 if you have over 100.
Really?
I mean,
I don't want people standing in line forever.
Right.
So like,
and also like, I don't know what layout you're going to do there, but if you have like a lot of space, you might have like a bar here and a bar there. To serve like different sides of.
It's true because like it is like a pretty decent sized space, so like
that's a thing people do. Like our venue is like kind of compact, so I think we'll just probably just have the one. But
And are you doing everything on site at the venue, or are you having? Nice.
That's one thing that like I don't know about y'all, but like as a guest of weddings and as a vendor of weddings, it's like such a hassle and annoying to like have to go from like A to B, and there's like this weird dead time in the middle, which I don't know, maybe that's helpful for some of the vendors, but no, I don't know, I feel like it's weird. But it's also not weird, it's also very normal, but I just don't like it.
Yeah.
So we got a venue that has, I'm so excited, it's this old converted mill in North Carolina. It's got like the original like brick walls and like hardwood floors, and the space is like kind of divided in half, with a wall that has like big doorways that have like white draping hanging down during the ceremony. So one side is set up for the ceremony, and then the other side is set up for reception. So the only thing that they have to do to flip it is just move all the chairs from the ceremony to the tables, and then the space that was a ceremony then becomes a dance floor because all the chairs are gone. Yeah, and they have all of these big wooden farmhouse tables, which they just had like sanded and repolished, and yeah, they've done some like refresher stuff. They've got market lights that they leave strung up. It's called Forest Hall at Chatham Mills for anybody looking for a beautiful venue in North Carolina. And the venue manager is delightful. Her name is Anissa.
Awesome.
She is also a wedding planner. Anybody should hire her, honestly. I like met a couple and like found someone that was like a little bit more my speed, but she's incredible. So
Awesome.
that was really nice too, to like have someone give us a tour of the space who is also a planner, because she had a lot of insight into like
That's awesome. I feel like that's
flow and
pretty
vendors.
rare.
And also their website has all of their recommended vendors just available. Hello, photographer of mine, Rebecca Burke Photo. That's her.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, she's excited about the venue
Oh my
too.
gosh.
It's going to be really pretty. One
Okay.
entire wall is like big old windows, so we're going to have some great light. Yeah,
It's gonna be amazing.
it's going to be so great. There's also outdoor space.
Nice.
So that was a nice fusion. You've got the options, and we're going to have, one of the things I really want to do, have a fire pit outside and roast s'mores.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so good.
Yeah, it's going to be real fun. I can't wait.
So, as far as like your ceremony goes, like what do you need to do for like planning that kind of thing?
So probably need an officiant. Although since we already technically got married and like we have our rings and everything, we've like been considering some like less traditional type of ceremony stuff, but we still want to do some kind of like declaration of love. So I don't know. I'm starting to like reconsider. Like we're like, we don't need an officiant because we already did the thing, and we're just gonna go up there and like say nice stuff to each other. And I do know that like I want my brother and sister are both like very musically gifted. My sister has a beautiful singing voice. She plays guitar and piano, and my brother plays guitar and has a decent voice. It's fine. But just my sister has like the best voice. They can both sing. She'll be the lead singer. It's fine. They're gonna do something musical. I also have a childhood close friend who is an incredible violinist. Like since we were teenagers, I always said that like she would play during my ceremony, and so like
So cool.
as soon as I got engaged, I was like, "You're doing that, right?" And she was like, "Absolutely." And I was like, "Just because I don't want to assume anything, like, what's your rate?" And she was like, "Your eternal love and gratitude." And I was like, "Done." Got it.
Oh, that's so cool.
So figuring out like ceremony music, like I still have to pick music that I want for all of them. I mean, I'm leaving it a little more open-ended if my brother and sister want to do something, like if they have an idea, like I'm open to that. I don't have a song in mind. And yeah, I like probably will ask Elisa to do some like vitamin string quartet stuff. I think that would be pretty. And some other things to figure out when you talk to DJs or the band or whoever you want to have do like entertainment and music. In my head, I thought like they only needed to be there for the reception, but actually like if you want, you may have them like playing music. If you don't have live music, you may need them to come like play music during your ceremony. or you might just need the equipment. You might just need sound equipment. So they'll provide like a microphone and for your probably just your officiant. I kind of, being like a person who does like video production though, like I want to have like a mic where you can actually hear us.
Yeah.
Because that's always a thing that bugs me as a guest at weddings, when I like can't hear them saying the vows. I only hear the officiant, who I don't know, and like, so we'll figure that out. So the DJ will probably provide those things. Other things to consider the main things for your ceremony, I think, are like, your coordinator will like walk you through it. She's gonna, and she, depending on her level of involvement, or like how much you want to pay for her involvement, I should say, like her time to help, can help you design a ceremony, which that might be something we add on if I continue to feel stuck on this.
Yeah.
Because we still haven't hired an officiant, but I'm like seriously reconsidering that.
Yeah.
I have like things I know we want to incorporate, but I do think it will help just have someone facilitate.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels more organized, and so like guests know like what's happening.
Yeah.
And what to expect. And so we don't have to carry it like on the day when we may be nervous, or I don't know. I'll probably talk too much.
Even at the minimum, like telling people like when to stand and sit down. Because, like with even like sometimes there's like I've seen our officiants like forget people to tell people to like sit back down, and they stand the whole ceremony because
that's
it's
weird.
Like you don't know what to do.
Just sit.
It's like
it's fine.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So I think people just like it's like you see everybody else is still standing.
Just to direct.
So it's like you
need a director.
Somebody to.
Like an event director,
Yeah.
which like could also, your planner is really your event director, let's be real, but someone to like MC.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I know that our planner's husband is also an officiant, so if we need someone in a pinch, we can do that. But I also kind of like the idea of having like a family friend or somebody do that. And what's nice is that like they don't actually have to be ordained or licensed or whatever, because we're already married, so it doesn't matter. You just need to tell us when to say things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Other things for ceremony are probably like just flowers. That's not during. That's
right.
That's part of the decor. It's part of everything.
Have you guys? We have like 10 minutes left. I just keep monitoring because sometimes Instagram doesn't tell you and they just shut it off.
Does it cut off after an hour automatically?
Yes,
I didn't know that.
And like sometimes they give you a little countdown up top, and then other times it just turns off. So I'm keeping an eye because I feel like 50% of the time I get cut off like mid sentence. Have you guys thought about your honeymoon?
Yeah. Actually, like that's all Alex is thinking about. Once we decided on food, he's like, "Cool. When can we book flights?" So
I love it.
Also, I've traveled a lot more than him, so I'm kind of like letting him pick a lot of things to do within reason. Because if he had his way, he would just want to like run all over the place and be like, and just check all the boxes. Like, I saw that. Let's move on. And I like to like immerse and enjoy and wander. Yeah. Anyway, we'll find a balance. But we're Italy. We're doing Italy. But we actually might fly into Paris and have like a day in Paris and then like make our way to Italy. So I'm very excited. I want to do all of the things. I want to drink all the wine, eat all the bread and pasta. And I want to do Rome is like the big thing he wants to do. I'm also interested in like Florence and like Venice while it's still accessible. Yeah. Before it's underwater, I'd like to go there.
I feel like I want to like know more about I mean, even you might not have it yet, so we might have to do this again. You don't. But like, I feel intimidated by the idea of like doing something like Italy for a honeymoon, just because I feel like I would want to do so much and like, so like, how do you pick and choose like the things that?
That's a great question. The things that we want to do.
Yeah.
So I like to be like a little loose with trips. Like I like to have a list of things to do, and then on any given day pick like 2 things off of that list. So
that's a nice way to do it.
Yeah, just to like pace it out, like a morning thing and an afternoon thing, and some days just one thing, and like sleep in or like just wander around in the afternoon, like find good coffee. I don't know. So that's gonna be interesting to do with Alex. Alex likes to accomplish things on vacation. I like to relax. So I'm sure we'll do like a little bit of both.
Yeah.
There's some like obvious things that we definitely want to do. A lot of it's in Rome. Mm-hmm. Most of the things he wants to do are in Rome, like all of the historical stuff. So I think we'll do like a lot of walking, and probably spend like maybe 3 days there. We haven't done a ton of planning of that, because we still haven't booked it because of some really great friends of ours who we are also intending to all get married in October, potentially the weekend after us, but we want to do a 2-week. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. They told us to go ahead and like just book our trip though, so we're gonna do that. But I was waiting. Hello, Lily. Yeah. So I think we'll just prioritize. I like to have a list of things, and then just like decide on a given day. I don't like to have like a schedule.
I feel like that's good advice, and I know I haven't traveled that much, so like for me, like Iceland was like our first big traveling trip where we had to like figure out what we're doing rather than like just being somewhere.
Yeah.
And like I tried to like strategize, like, okay, this day we'll do this and that, and like it was a lot of driving, so trying to coordinate what made sense,
right,
logistically in order. But I feel like, especially for like a honeymoon, having something that's like a little looser, where it's like, okay, we're gonna do these general things, okay, and just kind of like plug and play rather
like
than
if it's raining on like one day, then like go to the famous museum, like go to an indoor thing, and just give yourself some wiggle room. But I understand though there are like some things that like, there's some specific things that you might want to do that are only available on Sundays, or like it's happening in like on a particular day, and then you gotta go do that if that's the thing that's important to you. But I think a lot of the stuff we want to do is a little more flexible. Just you can kind of go whenever. I don't know. I haven't found. I don't think there's anything that's like a super nailed down that we wanted. That's on my list right now. Haven't done a ton of research. Alex is the researcher king, so he's doing all that, and then he just tells me things. I'll go look though and find some things independent of that.
Yeah.
That I'll be excited about. But I'm just excited about Italy overall. I'm very jazzed.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go to Italy. That's gonna be so
we picked
cool.
that because we're both interested, and I've never been there.
Yeah.
So
it'll be new.
Yes.
For both of you guys.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And Paris is still like, I just went to Paris for the first time over New Year's. But he's never been and would really like to go. So we'll do a little bit there.
And you want to do a 2-week trip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had my druthers, like, we'd go for a freaking month. But don't got money or time for that.
Yeah. But I feel like at least having 2 weeks, then you won't feel like super rushed and things like that. Because I feel like I would definitely want to do like at least a 2-week.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. I feel like good about 2 weeks. One day I'll like be in a situation where we can go somewhere for 3 weeks or a month, maybe. That's so European. Like my friends who like live in Europe literally take month-long vacations. Makes me so mad.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Someday.
France like shuts down for August apparently.
Really?
Yeah, everybody's on vacation. Like, just people aren't around.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's awesome. Well, maybe we'll have to do another one of these with you and Alex and hear all about the like Italy honeymoon.
Yes.
Strategizing.
We can do it. We can like check back in.
Yeah.
A little.
Because I feel like
later.
I'm super interested to hear kind of how all of that goes.
Yeah, things are developing little by little. But this is like reminding me that I like need to go do some things now. Not like right now, but you know.
Yeah. Well,
that stuff.
Is there any like last bit of closing advice that you would have for other brides?
I mean, have fun with it. I know I think I'm a weird bride a little bit, and that I'm really enjoying the planning process. But I think that's just my personality.
Yeah.
I like logistics. I like design, and basically it just feels like I'm picking out a bunch of stuff that I like. So that's fun. So, but have fun with it. And if there's too many things stressing you out, delegate. Find people in your life that it really matters to them to be involved.
Yeah.
Like my mom would be really offended if I didn't give her a bunch of stuff to do. So I am like looking for things for her to do. And yeah, you know, it's about you and your partner. So that's what it's about. Stay in love. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Well, this was fun.
This was very fun.
Thanks, guys, for joining us.
Thank you for tuning in.
Such a good powwow, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.